Okay. For one, you have A and B. Each one has A and B. Okay. So you have two statements for each number. Number one has statement A and statement B. So if you say everything about statement A is correct, I am most comfortable letting others take responsibility for solving a problem. If you choose A as absolute, then it's 5 points. Put 5 points there. That's 5 points. But if you look at B and say, okay, rather than negotiate differences, I stress obvious agreements. So you want to share, okay, I also do this one too. I also do this as well too, under number one. So that 5 points you have for A, you want to share it into two. So maybe it's okay, I do more of A, so you put 3. I do less of B, you put 2. That's not 5. But if absolutely you do only one, which is A, absolutely, you don't do B, is 5 points. Then B is 0 points. Okay? If you do both A and B, then you share the point according to how you do them, either 3, 2, or 3, 2, 3. That will not cover for the 5. Then you go to the next question, which is question 2. I pride myself in finding compromise solutions. If that's what you do, absolutely, you put 5 by A here in 2. If you do both of them, I examine all the issues involved in any agreements. And you also pride myself in finding compromise solutions. So that when you do A and B, want to share the 5 points to either 2 and 3 or 3 and 2. So that's what you will do all the way down to 30. So 30, all the way down to 30. So 30 here, and then we look at this. We'll transfer our scores here. This is quite tasking. We transfer our scores here. So here you come to 3A. You check what do you have for 3A. Put it there. 2A. What do you have there? Put it there. 1A, 1B, all the way down. Then you totally down that way. And let's see where you fall. Is this something we can do together now? Hello, class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can.
We can. Okay. So let's start the process. You understand what I said you do? 1A is 5 points. 2A, all the A's is 5 points. Okay. But in a situation where A and B applies to you, divide that 5 points into 2. That's not your choice. You can put 1 over 1 or 4, or 4 on 1, or 2 and 3, or 3 and 2. It depends on you. Depends on how this statement applies to you. But if only one statement in the number applies to you and it's A, it's 5 points. If only B applies to you, it's 0 points. If only B applies to you, then it's 0 points. You don't score that B, you just put 0 there. If it's only A that applies to you, it's 5 points. If A and B applies to you, share them that 5 points into 2, either 3, 2, or 4, 1, or 2, 3, as the case may be. Do you understand? So let's spend the next 20 minutes to get your pen and paper and number my 1A, that's my 1A and B and score. 2A and B and score, because we will collect the scores at the bottom. Are you ready? Okay, so please let's do it together now, and then you share your scores with me. Okay, so let's start now.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Okay, we should do it on our piece of paper.
Yes,
now
please.
We have it our
yes,
material.
Yes, okay, yes. Write 1. Each one should have A and B. Each number should have A and B.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Each number should have A and B. So if A and B applies to you for each number, distribute that 5 points between the A and B. If only A applies and B doesn't apply each number, give that A 5 points, then B 0 points. If only B applies and A doesn't apply, then give that B 0 points. If both apply, A and B, then share the 5 points between the A and B as you like it, or as it applies to you.
So if none of them apply, then what? You can score 0, 0?
If none apply, just put 0. Put 0. Okay, so let's get started. We have 20 minutes to do this. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I apologize.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, sorry, it's back now.
Yes, can you send this to us by mail so that we can scroll at our pace?
Okay. I don't have your email details. I don't know if my colleague is still on the call. Sir Shedrack. Or can someone send me your email? So you can just send your email on the WhatsApp on the platform on the chat. Let me see if I can send it to you. And just send me one email so that person can send to others. Or you can screenshot it. You can screenshot it page by page. That's another option. You can screenshot this first page, first 10. I move to the next page, screenshot. The next page, screenshot. I think that'd be a faster option. So can you screenshot this page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please screenshot this first page. Once you're done, let me know. I'll move to the next page.
Okay, the 10 is up to the A. There's no B for 10.
There's B. I think it's down there. It's down there.
Okay, it's below. Okay, sir.
So please screenshot this first page.
It's a bit higher, sir.
It's a bit,
No, I mean you can scroll up a bit.
Okay.
Better. Thank you.
I can't see the screen, sir.
You can't see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Can you please log out and log again? Maybe it's your network. Please log out and log in again. So have you screenshot this first page?
Yes, sir.
So can I move to the next page now?
No, please go up. The instructions. I didn't see the instruction.
Okay, that's the instruction there. It's clearly stated that 5 points for each pair. And then if A only applies to you in number 1, that A is 5 points. Okay. If B applies to you, only B is 0 points.
Don't screenshot.
A and B. If A and B applies to you, share that 5 points into 2, either 2-3 or 3-2 or 4-1 or 1-4, as the case applies to you. Is it clear now? The instruction, is it clear?
Next page, sir.
So let's go to the next page so you can screen snap that one. So the next page is there. So screen snap it up to 23.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I have an observation with those questions.
Yes.
Yes. Response will typically differ from situation to situation, and the person involved, and the power distance between these persons.
Sorry. Are you having two systems logged on at the same time?
No.
It's very close to far.
Yeah, echoing.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I was saying I'm not sure I would have a one right answer to this.
So what number?
All of them.
You have an answer to all of this.
Yeah, because it will differ from situation to situation, and the person I'm dealing with.
What is the average thing you do? What is the average thing you do most times? Most times, what do you do most times? Depending on the situation. Even though it's a differing situation, what do you do? Even in your personal life, when you have to resolve conflicts at home with your husband, what do you do here?
Depends on the mood, sir. Take number 15, for instance. Sometimes 15, you say you do A. Sometimes 15, you go on, you do B.
Good. So if you that means you
differing.
do A, that means you do A and B. Then score it now. How often do you do A? How often so if you do more of A than B or more of B than A. Let's say you do more of A than B, then you can give A 3 and give B 2. Or you do more of A, more of A, you can give A 4 and B 1.
Thank you.
Okay. So should I scroll down again from 23? Should I scroll down from 23? So you can screenshot. So screenshot from 23 now to 30. That's the last page.
Please, sir, we can't see 21.
21. Okay, let me take it down a bit. So when you screenshot, you can now begin to answer them yourselves. Okay, I also want to show you the scoring sheet, so you can also have the scoring sheet with you there. The scoring sheet. Can I go to scoring sheet now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is scoring sheet. So you can see scoring sheet here. Once you have scored, you transfer your score into this sheet, and then you total them down that way. So column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Yes, they represent different things, which we will see. So please screenshot this one as well, because you will transfer your scores from those 30 statements to this scoring sheet.
So I can't get number 1 to 11 when I log out when you are showing down.
1 to 11. Okay, that's it here. Yeah? Have you snapped it now? Have you snapped it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, this is 11 too. Okay, so I'm going back to the scoring sheet so you can have that properly represented in your scoring.
Please, I want you to scroll to 20 to 30.
20 to 30. 20 to 30, it's on the board, on the screen.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Guys, today is Saturday. Hangouts must take place visibly. So once you have finished scoring the 30 points, the 30 statements A and B, please transfer them to this scoring sheet the way it is. Like for example, if you have three there, write 3 there. Just follow that pattern. You want to follow the pattern either vertically or follow it horizontally, it's still the same thing. By the end of it, you total each column. You total each column. Column 1 has its total, column 2 has its total, column 3 has its total, column 4 has its total, and column 5 has its total. And then we shall look at your various scores and interpretation. And then end the class on how we can effectively manage conflicts.
Okay, he's going to join it now.
So please transfer your answers to the score sheet as is showing on the screen, and then total them column by column. Total it down from top to down, column by column. Column 1 must have a total, column 2 a total, column 3 total, column 4 total, column 5 total. Let's see where you fall. Okay, has anybody finished scoring? Okay, are we making progress? Have we finished scoring? Are we ready? Okay, by now we should begin to total our scores by now in the column provided at the scoring sheet. Okay, if you're ready, please, can you give me a thumb up if you're ready? A thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, let me have a thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, so can we round off this segment of the assessment by 2:45? So we have 4 minutes more to round off this segment, 2:45. You have 4 minutes more to round off the session. You can complete it after the class.
Yeah, try. You know, we still have to copy out this your score sheet.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Alpha. Are we ready now? Hello. Are we ready?
Few minutes more.
Almost, sir.
Okay. So Alpha, can we look at it together now? Okay, class. So let's see together. Let's look at our scores together. Okay, so let's see together. I think we can complete this task after the class. But for those of us who are fast-fingered, who are finished, you want to share with me what your scores are? Column 1.
24.
Okay, column 1, 24. Okay, column 2. Column 2.
31.
31. Column 3.
25.
25. Column 4.
25.
25. Column 5.
45.
45. So the highest is column 5. Okay, let's pay attention. We can complete this task so you can know where you fall at the end of the class. So we can finish by, it's already 3 o'clock, so we can finish in good time. Now, this is the scoring. For any of the columns, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, any column you score between 36 to 45 is your predominant style. That is your most preferred style of handling conflicts. Any column you score between 36 to 45 is your most predominant style, your most preferred strong preference. You have a strong preference for that style in resolving conflicts. And any column you had between 0 to 18 is least preferred style. Is your least preferred style in that column. Little preference. You have little preference for that style. Any style you have between 19 to 35, 19 to 35, you have a moderate preference for that style. So let us see what the styles entail. Now, column 1 is forcing style. It's called forcing style, a very forcing style. So if you score between 36 to 45 in that style, you have a very strong preference for that style. Okay? And then column 2, if you scored between 19 to 35 in that style, you have a moderate preference for that style. If you score between 0 to 18, you have little preference for that style. Then column 2 is called compromising style. Compromising style. So if you score between 36 to 45 in that style, you have a very strong preference for that style. If you score between 0 to 18 in column 2, which is compromising, you have little preference for that style. If you score between 19 to 35 in column 2, you have a moderate preference for that style. Column 3 is avoiding style, avoiding style. If you score between 36 to 45, you have a high preference for that style, a strong preference for avoiding conflicts. If you score between 0 to 18, you have little preference for avoiding conflicts. If you score between 19 to 35, you have a moderate preference for avoiding conflicts. Column 4 is accommodating style. The same thing, if you score between 36 to 45, you have a strong preference for accommodating others. If you score between 0 to 18, you have little preference for accommodating others. If you score between 19 to 35, you have a moderate preference for accommodating others. Then we have collaborating, which is the 5th column. So if you score between 36 to 45 or so, you have a very strong preference for collaborating in solving conflicts. If you score between 0 to 18, you have little preference for collaborating in resolving conflicts. If you score between 19 to 35, you have a moderate preference for collaborating in resolving conflicts. So this is how it goes. This is how it goes. So by the time you collect your scores, please put column 1, forcing style. Okay, column 2, please put compromising style. Column 3, please write avoiding style. Column 4, please write accommodating style. Column 5, please write collaborating style. So let us see what this means. What does forcing style mean? What does compromising style mean? What does avoiding style mean? What does accommodating style mean? What does collaborating style also mean? Okay, so I'm going to share this. You can see for yourself at the end of the day where you belong, where you fall, where you have your most preferred style, your most preferred style. So please, let's pay attention back to the class here now. Okay, we're talking about resolving conflicts in the workplace. Conflicts in the workplace. Now, we must understand that conflicts are a natural part of life. Life itself is full of conflicts. So it's a normal outcome for human beings who interact with each other to have conflicts. So let's not see conflict as something that is negative. Let's not see conflict as negative, as hostile, as violent, as stressful and fearful. We should learn to see conflict in more positive ways, because very far that we interact with customers, there will be conflicts. The very fact that we interact among ourselves as staff of Investment One, there will also be conflicts. So once you have interaction with someone other person, conflict must occur. In the home too, there are conflicts between husband and wife. There are conflicts between parents and children. So we shouldn't see conflict as purely negative. We should also see it as positive. The difference is how we handle the conflicts. That will determine the outcome. So when you talk about conflicts, what do you mean? It means when there are two incompatible responses, two incompatible ideas. When you have two incompatible ideas, two incompatible responses between two or more people, it can result to conflicts. Incompatibility of ideas, incompatibility of thinking styles and ways of doing things between two or more people can result to conflicts. Okay, and of course, conflict is very much a part of the employment relationship. As long as you are employed and you are working with other people, conflict is bound to occur. So as I said, it is how we handle and manage it that is the key issue. So we as individuals, we react to conflicts in different ways. You know, this could be based on our past experiences with people in managing conflicts. However, the best way to manage conflict is to use a win-win situation where both parties are able to collaborate in resolving the issue at hand. So what are the common causes of conflict and anger in the workplace? What are the common causes? When there's scarcity or there's inequality of resources, finance is not enough to go around, insufficient equipment or facilities in the workplace, it can result to conflicts. Different attitudes, values, and perceptions, different backgrounds, different beliefs, different exposures can lead to conflicts. Difference in value systems can result to conflicts in the workplace. Disagreements about our needs, our goals, our priorities, our interests can lead to conflicts. When there's poor communication in the workplace, can also lead to conflicts. Okay, poor or inadequate organizational structure. When the structure is not well aligned, when there's a big gap between your structure and your culture, when there's a huge gap between your structure, your workplace structure, and your culture of the workplace, it can result to conflicts as well. Lack of teamwork. When there's no teamwork, it can also result to conflicts. Okay, lack of clarity in your roles. There's role ambiguity. There's role ambiguity. There's role clashing. There's role clash in responsibilities and whatever. It can result to conflicts. So these are some common causes of conflicts in the workplace. What are some other causes that you want to mention but are not here? Benedetta, aside what you see on the screen, what are other common causes of conflict in the workplace? Benedetta. Yeah? Hello, Benedetta? Okay, she's not on the call. Though logged in, but not on the call. Okay, are you on the call, Benedetta? Not on the call. Okay, Mohammed, aside of what you are seeing on the screen, what are some other causes of conflict in the workplace that you want to share with the class? Yeah, Mohammed. Okay, not on the call as well. Okay, Mercy Yakubu. Want to share with me, share with the house, some other causes of conflict in the workplace? Yeah, Mercy. What's happening? People are not on the call. You're still busy doing your assessments. Okay, don't worry. You can do that one after the class. Let's just pay attention to this one now, so we can end the class in good time. All right. Okay, I can hardly hear you. Okay, so let's look at when we say we have negative conflicts. Okay, when conflict is negative, what does it do? What are the consequences of having negative conflicts in the workplace? It interrupts normal relationships in the workplace. It does. It does interrupt normal relationships in the workplace. Okay, it will be very harmful, very hurtful. Okay, and once people are involved, it can lead to resentment. In the workplace. And when there's too much resentment and bitterness in the workplace, it breaks down teamwork. Okay, as I said, so it can lead to resentment, it can lead to hostility, it can even lead to high staff attrition, where people now leave the job because of a very hostile work environment. And then it makes discussion and resolving of problems and issues difficult, if not even impossible. And it rubs off on you. It rubs off of your mental, it rubs off of your emotional and physical energy as well. So these are some negative consequences of conflicts if it's not well handled in the workplace. Okay. What about if it's well handled and then we're able to manage conflicts well in the workplace? What are the benefits? It helps us understand other people better and makes us to know and focus on what is more important in the workplace. Okay, it also helps us to clarify issues, okay, and place value on those things that are of importance. And then it can help to lead to confrontation. And when you have that kind of confrontation in the workplace, what it does is it brings out new ideas, brings out issues that be kept under the carpet that needs to be resolved, and then helps to reshape our values for better productivity and better work performance. Of course, once the conflict is well resolved, it leads to respect for all, because people's views are respected and people's views are taken into consideration. It can lead to new goals, which are beneficial to everyone in the organization. Okay, so it doesn't seem I'm talking alone. Marian. Hello, Marian.
I'm here, sir.
Okay, so can you please mention some common responses? In what way do we respond to conflicts in the workplace? Some common responses to conflict in the workplace, yes. What are some common ways we respond to conflicts in the workplace?
One of them is defensive.
Good.
Most people tend to want to defend. Yes.
Yes. Good.
Secondly is people tend to run away from confrontations.
Avoidance.
Yes, avoidance.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I like that. Okay. AB, what other ways do people respond to conflicts in the workplace? AB. Okay, I think most people are off the class. They are just logged in, but not really.
Let me add this.
Okay, thank you, Joshua.
It can also make people to be pretending.
Good. And pretend as if nothing's happening. Good. I like that. Thank you very much for that contribution. So let's see ways people respond to conflicts. As Miriam said, avoidance.
Sorry, sir. I'm here. My phone was hanging. I can't even see what you're sharing.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Maybe just need to log out and log in again. I
tried, but it's the same thing.
Oh.
Just showing that you are sharing. That's what it's been showing. I've logged out and re-logged in too.
Okay, so you can't see my screen too?
Yes.
Oh, really? So you really can't? Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought you were seeing my screen. Okay, let me.
I can see you.
Yeah, but not my slide.
No, I can see your slide.
Can you see
now.
the slide now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at it together because it's important. I was talking about common responses to conflicts in the workplace. I said one of them is avoidance. Okay, we acknowledge the dispute, but we move to remain uninvolved. I'm not there. We avoid it. Another way we respond to conflict in the workplace is that we accept it. Acceptance. We recognize that there's a conflict. We accept it. But whatever solution is imposed on you, you take it. You don't question it. Okay, fine. Anything they say, I accept. It's one way of people. It's one way people respond to conflicts in the workplace. Another one is denial. Some people actively refuse to acknowledge or play a part in resolving the conflicts. Other ways that enjoyment. Some people enjoy conflict. They derive fun. They derive pleasure in seeing people quarrel. There is the derived pleasure, derived fun in seeing people knocking their heads together in the workplace. So they want to create a conflict situation where people will knock themselves or their heads together, and then they stay behind and watch. It's called passive aggressive behavior. It's a very destructive way of behaving in the workplace. And they create room for some form of agitation. So there will be some conflicts, and heads will roll in the conflict, and they just stay behind and watch and enjoy the fun. It's another way people respond to conflicts. Then there's a flight response. People actively remove themselves from the dispute. They just take off from it. Okay. And then you have ignoring. They ignore as if it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. This happens in the home between husband and wife. A conflict that is brewing. Most times the husband just pretends as if it doesn't exist. Just ignore it. And the conflict will deteriorate into something more uncontrollable. And then we have management. People want to manage it. They acknowledge that there's a conflict. They want to control the impact of that conflict without addressing the underlying issues in that conflict. Then we have promotion. People who promote they have serious grievances and little power, and they feel a need to agitate, okay, to get their voices heard. So they keep agitating until their voices are heard. And then we have suppression. People who are in position of authority, who have power, who have influence, suppress the conflict. They use their position to suppress the conflict and prevent it from surfacing. Suppression. These are some ways people respond to conflicts in the workplace. So how do we address these common conflicts? How do you address them? Now, the best way to address conflicts in the workplace is to first define the problem. Find out what is the underlying problem. What is the underlying issue in the workplace? And then gather enough information. Never resolve conflicts based on assumptions. Please gather enough data, gather enough information, gather facts so you can base your decisions or your actions based on facts. And then you analyze your data, diagnose it, weigh the pros and cons of the information you gathered, and then choose the best solution available at the time to resolve that conflict. And then implement your solution, refine it to see how well it has resolved the conflict. If it's not resolved it, go all over the process again, define the problem again, gather enough information, analyze, choose the most workable solution, implement it, and then evaluate how well your solutions has resolved that conflict. So if you have done your conflict assessment, by now you should know what style you are in. Let's look at the various styles. As I said, let's start with the styles. You have, these are the various styles you have in the conflict resolutions. So let's look at the styles here. We have the forcing style. The forcing style are referring to those who are very competitive. They are always competing. They are referred to as the shark. They are referred to as the shark in the workplace. The use of power. They love to use power. Okay. Now, when there's a crisis, the best thing they do is that they use their power to suppress. They force their opinion. They force their opinion on others. They force their ideas on others and want others to take it. It's called the forcing style. So if you score between 36 to 45 here, is your most preferred style of resolving conflicts. you are very fussy. Okay. Now the goal is very important, but relationships are going to be lost in the process. If you always use the forcing style all the time at work, you may get results, but in the process, you will hurt a lot of people, and then you lose valuable relationships in the process. Okay, so note, if you have a forcing style as your most preferred style, please learn to give and take. Give room for others to express their opinion. Give room for others to share their ideas. Listen to other people's ideas as well. Don't always force your way, and then use power to oppress others to get what you need. Okay, because the forcing style is only used to solving short-term problems. Okay, it's only useful when you want to solve immediate short-term problems, but it's not good for the long run because it may destroy a lot of relationship and affect a lot of work processes as well. So the next one is collaborating style. If you score between 36 to 45 here, it's a good style. It means that you always want to solve problems together with others. Okay, you want to bring out all the relevant information. You want to recognize all the parties involved. Okay, and then explore all possible angles of the issue before you come to a conclusion and then take a decision. So it's good to have this style, the style of collaborating. Okay, but it's good. It helps to bring about commitment on both sides. But it's not good to use this style when you have a critical situation at hand. Because when you have a critical situation at hand, it takes a long time to get in other people's views, other people's opinion. You want to weigh all sides of the coin before you take a decision. That critical situation might go out of hand in the process. But it's good when you want to establish long-term relationships in the workplace, you can use the collaborating style. And then we have the compromising, or what we call the negotiation style. You are referred to as the fox. Okay, you are good at bargaining. You meet each other halfway. You can compromise a little here, a little there. This party drops a little, the other party drops a little. Okay, you're compromising. However, when you compromise too much, there's no hope of achieving satisfactory results. Okay, because it's always like a win-lose situation, especially when it comes to scarce resources in the workplace. So we should know when to compromise and when not to compromise as well in the workplace. And then we have avoiding, the total, withdrawal. Avoiding, if you are very high in this area, it means that you always avoid conflicts. Okay, you want to get rid of conflict by denying it exists. You want to ignore that it doesn't exist. You just want to avoid it. Or you don't want to have any confrontation with anybody. You don't want to have any issue with anybody. You totally avoid it. It's good to avoid, but we should not use avoidance as a prevalent preference style when you are managing conflicts. Okay, so you should know when to use avoidance. You should know when to use compromising. Know when to use collaborating. Know when to use forcing. So you must vary the style depending on the situation. Don't have one preference only. You must use these varying styles depending on the situation at hand that you want to resolve. And then we have the suiting, the accommodating style. They are called the teddy bear. The teddy bear. They always give and take. They're always giving in, giving all, not give and take. They give in all the time. They give all. They're always, inconveniencing themselves to make other people feel comfortable. Okay, so they go out of their way all the time at their own detriment to make other people feel comfortable. If you have this style as your most preferred style, people will always take advantage of you. They will see you as weak. They will see you as somebody who is incapable of taking decisions. They're always giving in. So there are times when you need to accommodate, but it should not be the most preferred style in resolving conflicts. That's what I'm saying here. We should know when to use each of these styles. Know when to use forcing, know when to use collaborating, know when to use compromising, know when to use avoiding, and then know when to accommodate. But you shouldn't have one style as a most preferred style, because it means that you will not be able to vary your style depending on the conflict situation at work. So what are the ways in which we can manage conflicts. One is to have good communication. We should have open channels of communication. We should have transparent lines of communication where people can air their views and express their opinions. Okay? So again, we should not always learn to ignore conflicts, because when we ignore conflicts, we won't pay attention to details. We monopolize the conversation. We focus on only one agenda and brush off what someone else is saying. So one way is, let us not ignore. Let's not always ignore. Let's listen to others. Let's not interrupt others when they are expressing their views. Let's listen to others people's point of view and also understand why they're making that point of view. We should avoid any form of sarcasm. Okay, where you say, who is this one talking? When did you join Investment One? Who are you? From where? I've been here for the past 15 years. What do you know? This new biz, just come and talking. What do you know about Investment One? This nonsense. Be quiet. We should avoid any form of sarcasm when we want to resolve conflicts in the workplace. And then we should avoid accusing, always pointing finger at somebody else. You're the one, you're the cause. It's you that causes conflict. You're the cause of this thing. Always pointing, accusing finger at someone. When we accuse someone in trying to manage conflict, we increase the conflict because the person becomes defensive in the process. And then we should avoid insulting, name calling, threatening. I will deal with you. I will tell you that I'm the boss here. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you know? Let's avoid insulting. Let's avoid name calling. Let's look at the issue and avoid attacking the person or attacking the personality of the persons involved in a conflict. So avoid name calling, avoid threatening. Okay? And then stereotyping. Saying, Igbos, that's how Igbos are. Anywhere you find Igbos, that's how they are. When you work with Igbos, that's how they are. They are very one-kind people. Or Yoruba people, they're like that. You are stereotyping, you are globalizing, you are generalizing. Avoid that. Deal with the conflict based on the person involved, not based on where the person comes from, not based on his tribe or his religion or his beliefs. No. Deal with the conflict based on the individual, with the person, not on where he comes from or his tribe or his affiliations. These are common ways in which you can manage conflicts in the workplace. And then we should avoid judging. Don't judge without getting the facts. Always make sure you have the facts, so that based on the facts, you can take your decisions. Avoid blaming, okay? Don't blame other parties without getting the facts, without getting the root cause of the problem or the conflicts. And then please always know the difference between stating your opinion and stating the facts. So if you have an opinion, don't impose your opinion on others. That's what I'm saying, that the first step is to define the problem. Second step is to gather data, gather information, gather your facts from both sides or all sides of the conflicts, so you can resolve the conflict professionally and amicably. So know the difference between stating an opinion and then stating a fact. To resolve conflicts, we learn to state more facts and less of an opinion, because opinion is your personal view, so you don't have to impose that on others. And then you expect others to read your mind, to know what's in your mind without expressing your mind. They should know what's in my mind now. Are they mind readers? They're not mind readers. If you don't express your opinion, you don't express your views, okay, your ideas, how will people know? So don't work on assumption that people should know what's in your mind, should know how you are feeling. You should express it, in a very professional way, so that your views, your opinions are also heard by others. And with this, I will say thank you for listening and patiently following me throughout the class from 9 o'clock to now. Okay, so were you able to complete your assessments? Hello? Hello, house?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you see where you fall into now. Now, where you fall into is your most preferred style. Where you have a high number between 36 to 45 is your most preferred style. So what I'm saying here in this class, don't rely absolutely on your most preferred style of resolving conflicts. You have to vary the style. You know when to use forcing style, know when to compromise, know when to avoid, know when to accommodate, and then know when to collaborate. However, it's still good to learn to build collaborative style, to learn to collaborate more at work, okay? Because in the process of collaborating more at work, you learn to build long-term and lasting workplace relationships, which gives room for a congenial, peaceful workplace for everyone to live in, and then it helps to foster teamwork and team effectiveness. And when there's teamwork and team effectiveness, people tend to perform better at work. Okay, so this is what I have for you for today. I'll be glad to entertain questions from the class. So any questions for the class? Questions, please. Questions? 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 Any questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please, Samson.
Okay, for me, as we're going along, most of the questions were already asked, and you have done justice to the questions that were asked. I think we don't have much question again.
All right.
Yes, sir.
If you have said so, I've taken 30 minutes more of your time. I think the class should close by 4 or 4:15 or thereabouts. So if you have any more questions, I will hand over to Mr. Shadrach, who will take you through your post-test assessments and then your feedback, and then we'll call it off for today. So anyway,
thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Perpetual. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief Barry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We had a nice time. We enjoyed ourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It was very interactive. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very
Chief,
much.
Chief.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank
sir.
you. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Shadrach, are you on the call? Mr. Shadrach? Shadrach seems not to be on the call. Shadrach, are you on the call?
He's not here, sir.
It's not on the call. Okay. So it will send you to your email addresses the post link. So please, when you see it, please just take the same test you did in the morning. It's the same test. You just want to measure impact of learning, what you knew before the program, and then what you know now after the program. All right. So in the absence of any other question or contribution or comments, I want to say enjoy your weekend and have a new and lovely week ahead of you. Thank you, and bye for now.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay,
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.